Hello students, welcome to General Science class. Hope you all will be doing good at home. Students, observe these first three pictures and can you tell what these pictures are indicating? Right, they are indicating about the environmental problems related to air and water. These are affecting human life. To overcome such problems, we have to follow some measures like protecting natural areas, implementing 3 Rs, avoid cutting trees, shifting towards clean energy, and so on. So, to learn more about these environmental problems, we are going to start our next lesson, that is lesson number 8, pollution. Please open your textbook page number 54. Now, in these two pictures, you can easily see the difference. Of course, we like to live in nature where we get the clean environment. In village, we will get clean air and fresh water, whereas in city, everywhere we will face the pollution. Now, what is pollution? When any artificial substances or man-made substances enters in natural environment, destroying its beauty or aesthetic value, means entry of unwanted substance at unwanted place. Hence, pollution is defined as contamination of natural environment that will be harmful to ecosystem is called as pollution. Underline this on your textbook page number 54. We can observe that many problems are arised on earth due to human interferences in the nature. Industrialization, increasing population, mining, transportation, indiscriminate use of pesticides and fertilizers are causing pollutions. It is affecting human life. If we observe in our surrounding, we can easily see different types of pollution. For example, in the rainy, where the water pollution is there, again noise pollution can be seen or due to horns of vehicles, industrial noises, bursting of crackers during the festivals, and the construction sites where the constructions are going on, and lot of more. Deforestation for construction also is the pollution of soil. Now, how does the pollution occur? Factors affecting natural functions of ecosystem and causing harmful effects on abiotic and biotic factors are called as pollutants. Underline this on your textbook page number 54. Pollutants are of mainly two types, natural and man-made pollutants. Natural pollutants are produced as a result of natural phenomena, for example, volcanic eruptions and wildfires, whereas man-made pollutants are produced as a result of human activities, for example, industrial pollution and vehicular emission. Natural pollutants are destroyed in due course of time by nature's rule. However, man-made pollutants are not. We can observe different types of pollutants in our surroundings like sewage and domestic waste, industrial effluents in river water, carbon monoxide, lead, etc. in air due to vehicles and so on. So let's study in detail one by one. First, we will see the air pollution. In your previous class, you have studied the proportion of various gases present in atmosphere. Let's revise it. Maximum share is of nitrogen, which is 78%, then oxygen 20.9%, carbon dioxide 0.03%, inert gases 0.90% and other gases present in 0.17%. Next question is given on your textbook, page number 55. Why is it said that air is homogeneous mixture of different gases? Air is mixture of different gases and these cannot be separated. Hence, air is called as homogeneous mixture. Students, during fuel combustion means burning of fuel, different gases are released in atmosphere, mainly carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, oxides of nitrogen, sulfur dioxide, etc. So air pollution is contamination of air by harmful substances like poisonous gases, smoke, particulate matter, microbes, etc. Underline these on your textbook, page number 55. Forest fires, volcanic eruptions, transport, agricultural practices, industrial emissions are some factors which causing air pollution. We will study in detail, as we already seen that pollutants are of two types, natural and man-made. In natural reasons of air pollutions are volcanic eruption. In this, solid, gaseous and liquid materials emerge out through eruption. For example, hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, ammonium chloride, hydrogen vapors, dust, etc. are released in the air during volcanic eruption. Earthquake. During earthquake, poisonous gases and water vapors from inside of earth are released into the air. Cyclones and dust storms, dust, soil garbage, pollen, microbes are mixed with the air during the cyclones and dust storms. Forest fires released carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, smoke in air due to the combustion of wood. Microbes in air, pollens of Parthenium, spores of bacteria, fungi are mixed with air. So this is about the natural reasons. Next is man-made reasons. Fuel. Burning of fuel like coal, timber, LPG, kerosene, diesel, petrol releases carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, lead, compounds, etc. are released in air. Burning of solid waste, agricultural waste, etc. in open space causes air pollution. The worst example is seen in Delhi during winter season, where everywhere the pollution is there and visibility is very less. Industrialization. Smoke is released in large quantity from various factories. Sulfur powder, nitrogen oxide, cottonseed powder in air. This can be observed in various industrial areas. Atomic energy plants and blast, use of elements like uranium, thorium, graphite, plutonium release radiations in air and thus pollution occurs. Students, you must be aware about the 2-stroke and 4-stroke engines in vehicles. 2-stroke engines causes 10 times more emissions than a 4-stroke engine. That means it causes more pollution. If we look in the history, we can find some severe air pollution events in world. One of them are Great Smog of London that affected the British capital in early December 1952. A period of usually cold weather and windless conditions collected airborne pollutants, mostly arising from the use of coal, to form a thick layer of smoke over the city, and it lasted from 5th December to 9th December 1952. Same situation again occurred in 1962. In 1948, Pittsburgh was named as Black City when smoke and soot caused night-like situation during daytime. Now next is air pollutants, sources and effects. This is very important table. So read it carefully, listen it carefully and learn. 3 columns are there: air pollutants, its sources and their effects. First is sulfur dioxide. The sources of sulfur dioxide are factories where coal and mineral oil used as fuel, and the effects of sulfur dioxide are irritation of eyes, respiratory tract, excess mucus, cough and breathe. Next is carbon monoxide. Sources of these are vehicular and industrial smoke, and effects are lowered oxygen carrying capacity of blood, that means low hemoglobin. Next is oxides of nitrogen. Sources are vehicular smoke, effects are irritation of respiratory tract and lungs. Next is particulate matter, which is released due to in vehicular and industrial smoke. Effects are respiratory diseases. Dust. Sources of the dust are vehicular and industrial smoke, and the effects is silicosis. Pesticides, production and use of pesticides mainly in agriculture. Effects are mental weakness, death due to prolonged exposure. Air pollutants are methane. Sources are industrial leakage. Effects poisoning, skin cancer, asthma, respiratory diseases. So this is all about the air pollutant sources and effects. In Indian history, worst gas leakage incident is Bhopal gas tragedy. On the night of 3rd December 1984, thousands died as 30 tons of highly toxic methyl isocyanate gas leaked from the Union Carbide factory in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Similar incident is happened on 7th May 2020, where the gas is leaked from the factory of LG in Visakhapatnam. In this incident, several deaths and injuries are happening. Next, we will see the effects of air pollution on plants and animals. In plants, stomata get closed. If you remember last year, you have done the practical of release of water through stomata in plants, where you have put the carry bag on plants and observe the droplets in the carry bag. In plants, stomata get closed. Stomata is present in plants' leaves for exchange of gases due to pollution. Due to pollution, they get closed. Rate of photosynthesis is also slows down, and it directly affects the growth of plants. It gets stunted. Leaves become yellow or fall off. These you can easily observe on road dividers in cities where plants are planted, and these plants never grow properly and they never look fresh. Effects on animals are respiration is adversely affected and irritation of eyes. Let's study in detail about the effects of air pollution on plants and animals. First is depletion in ozone layer. Earlier, you have studied that ozone layer is present below the stratosphere. At the height of 48 km from Earth's surface, it protects us from ultraviolet rays radiating from the sun. So, it acts like the umbrella for the Earth. However, nowadays ozone layer is getting depleted due to the following reasons. First is greenhouse effect and global warming. Carbon dioxide, which is present in less quantity in atmosphere, plays important role in absorption of solar heat. Because of human activities, the amount of carbon dioxide level has increased in the atmosphere, which traps heat and does not allow heat to escape into space. You can see the picture slide here where it is shown the sun rays which are coming on the earth are again most are absorbed by the earth's surface and warms it, and the remaining are passes through the atmosphere. Some are absorbed and re-emitted in all directions by greenhouse gas molecules. The effect of this is to warm the earth's surface and lower the atmosphere. Similar to carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, methane and CFC also trap the heat collectively. These are called as greenhouse gases. Due to this greenhouse effect, global temperature is increasing gradually. It resulting in change in atmosphere, causing disturbances in agricultural yield, distribution of wild animals, icebergs and glaciers are melting, causing increase in sea level. The next is acid rain. Oxides of sulfur and nitrogen are released into atmosphere through burning of coal, timber and fuel oils, which mixes with rainwater and form acids like sulfuric acid, nitric acid, nitrous acid, etc. These acids mix with raindrops and snowflakes and come down as rain, called as acid rain. Effects of acid rain are acidity of soil and water bodies increases due to acid rain. It harms the aquatic organisms, plants and entire forest life. Total ecosystem are adversely affected mainly when the acid water mixes with water bodies like lake and destroys aquatic ecosystem of that places. Next is erosion of buildings, historical monuments, bridges, metal idols, wires, wire fences, etc. Example of this is Taj Mahal is deteriorated due to acid rain. Large number of power plants and industries set up around the Taj Mahal, from which sulfur oxide and oxides of nitrogen released, which causes acid rain. Acid rain reacted with the marble of Taj Mahal and caused damage to the beautiful structure. Heavy metals like mercury and cadmium are absorbed up by plants and thereby enter the food chain indirectly due to acid rain. Students, you know the food chain. Plants are the producer, and when acid rain enters through them in food chain, it passes. Then once consumers and such as small animals or insects eat the grasses, and the acid rain levels grow larger and so on. Next is due to acidification of water in water bodies and pipes, leaching of metal and plastic materials occur in water and thereby serious health problems arises. So this is about the acid rain and their effects. Now, preventive measures of air pollution. smoke emerging from factories contains harmful particles, hence, pollution controlling machinery should be used. For example, air setters, filters, etc. Next, second is proper disposal of stinking waste generated in cities, like segregation of waste, dry and wet, implementing 3 R's: reuse, reduce, and recycle in our life. Control on atomic test, chemical weapons, etc. Control or ban over the CFC production. So this is all about the preventive measures, and one more important thing is planting the trees. Next is air quality index. It is important for citizens to know the extent of air pollution in their city so as to define the air quality index. Proportion of SO2, CO, NO2, ozone, particulate matter, etc. is measured every day. Boards indicating the air quality index are displayed in busy squares in metro cities. Here one example is shown in the picture, that is air quality index during the lockdown. Comparison is shown between Delhi, Kolkata and Mumbai's air, where the red color is alarming, that is very poor or severe. Yellow is moderate to very poor or moderate to very poor, and the green color indicates good to satisfactory. So like this, the board is showing the details of the air quality are displayed on the busy squares of the cities. Air pollutants with sulfur causes color change in paints, oil paintings, nylon, cotton fabrics, leather articles and papers, etc. So in this lesson, till now we studied what is the environmental problem, pollution, pollutants, air pollution, reasons of air pollution, then sources and effects of air pollutants, effects of air pollution on plants and animals, depletion of ozone layer, greenhouse effects and global warming, acid rain and its effects, preventive measures of air pollution and air quality index. So students, read the lesson carefully, underline the important definitions, learn the definitions and find out the hard words. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.